Is that a crazy lighting effect or what? Max Headroom here. I just noticed another cool thing about crazy. Well, it's kind of weird. So the pitch is a little strange. It just seems like it's a little off, and it makes sense that the tempo is a little strange as well. So it seems like pretty much all that probably happened was it was slowed down, and then when slowing it down, it created the pitch and the timing difference, where it was probably recorded at 103 BPM, but then pitched down just a tiny bit to where it became a very bizarre signature. And the only reason I noticed this is because in the intro, I noticed like this moaning, waning, wailing sound going on with the pad, and so the pad, it created a new effect I'd never recognized before, and it made me realize that there's this ebb and flow of the chords, and it's a very strange phenomenon. I've never thought of this before. And basically, it's kind of an effect where the sound is going, oh, just a tiny bit of like an oscillation of the pitch. It's such a tiny bit, but it's like really strategically well done. And so it's either intentional or I don't know, but here's why it's definitely probably an architect, because the chorus guitars, all the guitars are all strange and crazy, and they're all heavily processed. But basically, so the one has like a chorusy, flangery, unison style chug to it when he does his big chord stabs. And that fits in with this weird ebb and flow of the thematic material. So it does make me wonder if it's some part of the analog recording process where the tape itself would slow down and speed up and slow down. And this in itself is very subtle, but it's a unique signature because digital, of course, doesn't do that. So is that yet another strange phenomenon that occurs in the digital realm, where they have tape effects, but the tape effects in the digital realm, they're not meant to create the ebb and flow of the pitch and the timing, usually. The tape effects in the digital domain are just meant to mimic tape saturation. So this is a little strange. This is like a reel that's slowing down and speeding up. It's crazy. But somehow also the chords, the way that they oscillate so slowly, it's like you dip right back down before you stab into the next explosion. This is such a spectacular song. I just when I heard it, I was blown away. But then I also when I thought about it later, I said this song sounds like the beginning of the earth. That's how freaking mind blowing it is to me. But also, when I was remixing it, I noticed that the pitch, or I'm sorry, the song sounds like it was run through a wall. So it just, and then when I tried to affect it with the wall, it intensified the effect of the already processed sound. So the sounds are already really super notched up. And what I mean by notched up is like there's a resonance in the pitch or in the frequencies that creates an effect where it's difficult to push the sound further because it's already been notched by some filtration process. But this is such a cool song. That's why it stood the test of time. It's got a little bit of extra magic, and it makes you wonder, did these guys really know how to do all this back then? Or what the hell? And because now it's like, the synths do everything for you, and you just kind of mess all that up as a producer. But anyway, very remarkable song. Goes to show how original you can be if you would put your imagination to it, versus just mimicking the next, trap song like you hear on the radio, like 1 million traps. Like, Another thing that I thought about was, is it house? Because Killer, another Seal song, is kind of house. And house is like the mother of all electronic music. It really seems like it's like something happened there with house that I don't know about, but it was definitely some kind of scene, and I'm going to look into this more because house has a distinctive sound. This is a little darker than most house music, but it is not. Is it not the transcendence from the standard house? We're going to take disco to the electronic realm, and instead it becomes a new form of pop, but it's not really pop because it's too good to be pop. Pop is just one size fits all. It's like too tame. So there's a darkness to Crazy, and the song's called Crazy, and it was made for me, and made after my life. That's what everybody thinks. That's why it's such a great, powerful song. So I guess all Seal's abuse as a child, it's like we get to, see through his suffering, his strength, and creating such a masterpiece, and them coming together to all, merge into this incredible mosaic of this work of art. It's one of those. It's like a Michelangelo of music.